If you're using GitHub Copilot in your engineering organization, the GitHub Copilot Usage Metrics Dashboard could be a good real-time data-driven view for how your software engineers are using AI to build software. It's designed to help leaders and understand ROIs and build patterns and understand how what's overall usage is going within the team. So it's leveraging behind the scenes these new API endpoints from GitHub to report on Copilot usage and metrics. So it's still early, it's still like not too deep, not too granular, but it's a good insights again. And they don't provide any of this into their kind of views and dashboards. So it's good that I took the time honestly to build this on top of these APIs to have visualization of how things are going. So high level here is the top area is mainly about these kind of key KPIs you're trying to watch and look for: the peak active users, the lines accepted, the acceptance rate, the PR summaries. Within all of these cards and numbers, you'll always find a definition of the calculation, how we got this data, this information, if it does make sense. Obviously, you have different ways to see this across longer period of time or shorter ones. So the first four cards are mainly KPIs, high level. Second row is more about the efficiency and quality of these metrics, like the suggestion acceptance, out of all of the suggestions, which ones are accepted, the average lines accepted, seat utilizations if everyone is using it, like what percentage you have. And the telemetry is more about the quality of the data you have, if you have so many unknowns and like missing data points, or it's all good. And then below that, you find these kind of visual trends, understanding the momentum, if your team is really actively using it, accepting lines, accepting suggestions, the daily acceptance rate, if there are any sort of trend or patterns that are coming up. And then below you have more about the understanding the environment, the languages, the IDE adoption. You can see the top languages used. You can see a good breakdown. The per language engaged users, this is across different users. So your engineers, I'm pretty sure, are writing across different languages and stacks. So you can see that here as well. In terms of the IDE adoption, you can see which IDEs are most used in your team, and then repos as well. You can see which repos are the most used and what users are, average users in there, the number of PRs and commits and lines and all of that. And then below I added some trends data about user engagement and engagement over time. This is more about the active users versus engaged users and that kind of rate in between. And then also this view is more about the smooth, engagement ratio to just see overall like numbers across a longer period of time. And then below I added some administrative numbers when it comes to seat assignment gaps, if you have any GitHub Copilot dormant engineers not using it, if you have cancellations coming up. And then below GitHub exposes some extra data points. So I added information about the chat experiences and also the CLI metrics. So if your team is using it in the chat or in the CLI, you can see them there. And then on the bottom, I really had some data about the models. I think it's too early and GitHub doesn't offer a lot of information here, but the only thing they have is a breakdown between the usage of default models versus custom org models. And GitHub Copilot, you can really bring your own API key for API models. As an example, you can use all Llama models, which is still in preview, not very kind of popular feature yet, but that's something GitHub can do better at, like not only exposing metrics and usage data here, but also enable more and more local development AI models. So we'll see how things go. But this is a good starting point for leaders to look into, slice and dice some of the data about the usage of GitHub Copilot. And again, this is not the big picture. That's not everything under the AI agentic coding space. There's Copilot within the same teams. You have many tools available, but this, at least for GitHub, gives a good insights into how it's being used.